Hi, I'm Anna. I'm making the 25 get to know me tag list questions. Technically this is called 25 get to know me tag questions list, so I just said it wrong, but it's a stupid name to begin with. I was like in an argument with somebody on Facebook today and they're like, who even are you? And I'm like, you know what? I should make something online that explains exactly who I am. So now, if you've pissed me off in the YouTube comments or the Facebook comments and you've asked me that dumbass question, I can just link you here and then you can know. And if I like you, you know, you still get to know about me. Probably though I've pissed you off online and that's why you're here. Let's see. I'm just gonna start. There's 25. Like I said, let's get going. Are you named after anyone? No. I've never actually asked my parents that. I know my daughter asked my mom, and I think the answer was no. I don't know anybody else in my family with my name, maybe like a distant relative, but like, it's not like a story that's told or that I care about. When was the last time you cried? Probably the day Cassidy moved out. My daughter is 18, she moved out a couple months ago, and I was sad, but I'm happy for her, but like, I was sad. Do I have any kids? I just answered that question. I have one daughter, she's 18. If you were another person, would you be a friend of yourself? Fuck yeah, I'm awesome. Do you use sarcasm a lot? Man, these questions are just leading themselves right into the next. Yeah, of course I use sarcasm a lot. Actually, it's like, I have to really rein it in. It annoys the shit out of my husband, so I try not to use it a lot. And especially my daughter, she gets really, really annoyed. So I have to rein it in. But online, if I'm answering a question or talking to somebody, especially when I'm debating like politics, oh, lots and lots of sarcasm. What is the first thing you notice about people? Probably their eyes. I like to like make sure when I'm talking to somebody, I'm looking in their eyes so they understand that like I'm listening to them. If I'm not looking you in the eyes, I'm probably not hearing anything you're saying. And if I'm looking at my phone, I'm definitely not listening to you. Except Ben, I'm totally listening to you when I'm looking at my phone. What is your eye color? My eye color is hazel, but it tends to look more green, especially in the sunlight, but I definitely have hazel eyes. I have my daddy's eyes. Scary movie or happy endings? Fuck scary movies. I don't watch scary movies. I watched Pet Sematary at a sleepover, like when I was in maybe 5th grade, and it scared the shit out of me, and I don't like watching scary movies anymore. Also, my older brother is a dick, and he would watch really scary movies at home, and then he would be like, well, you can sit out here and watch a scary movie with me, or you can go back to your room in the dark by yourself. So I would be forced to watch the scary movie because I wasn't gonna go in my room where there was probably a murderer waiting for me. And also he likes to like jump out from behind walls to scare people. He's apparently done this to all of his kids and he still does it to my mom. Yeah, I'm afraid of scary movies because of him, but my husband loves them. He's a big movie buff, so he wants to watch any movie. So our daughter just goes with him to watch those movies. Favorite smells? Probably brewing coffee. And like when I like jasmine a lot. Not jasmine. What's the purple one? Lavender. I like lavender a lot, like all my essential oils when I'm doing my little, you know, hippie misters. They're all jasmine shit. Fuck. Lavender. Why can I not think of that name? I'm like brain farting myself right now. And when I buy soaps, I tend to get lavender. What is the furthest you've ever been from home? I mean, define home. I lived a lot of different places growing up. I lived with my mom, lived with my dad, I lived with my aunt and uncle for 1 year. They were in Pennsylvania. My mom and dad are in California, but I mean, I've been to Canada and Mexico, and I've been to the East Coast and the West Coast. My grandma was big on making her grandkids travel as kids, so we've driven like all the way across the country. I spent every summer in Pennsylvania growing up, and from Pennsylvania we would go to North Carolina for 2 weeks, and we have family in Florida, so we would spend time in Florida. I've traveled a lot. I've been all over. But I've always been on this continent. Do you have any special talents? I mean, is sarcasm a talent? I don't know. Where were you born? I was born in Bakersfield, California. If you're not from California, you might not know what Bakersfield is. When you hear about it in movies or TV shows, it's always the butt of a joke because it is literally like, woo, the cats are fighting. That scared the shit out of me. Stop it. It's literally like, and when you grow up in Bakersfield, we call it the armpit of California. It's not a good place to grow up. I hated it there. I moved to the Bay Area when I was around 22, and I would never move. But you couldn't pay me to move back to Bakersfield. But for all my friends who are still in Bakersfield, I love you, and I come visit you, and you're awesome, and move up here by me. Let's see. What are your hobbies? I have several. I like photography. I don't do it as much anymore. I like to play video games. I like to go hiking and like do outside activities with my dogs. I am kind of like a nomad in the hobby department. Like I become really obsessed with the hobby for a while, and then as I do it hardcore, and then it kind of trickles off. I still do it, but I don't like stick to one thing long term, which I think is okay. It means I've experienced a lot, and I'm getting ready to go back to school, so pretty soon my hobby's gonna be college. Ugh. Do you have any pets? I do. My cats that just scared the shit out of me. We have 2 cats named Romanoff, after Agent Romanoff, and Hans, who you probably don't know this if you're watching this, but if you're into cars, you might. His full name is Hans Device Stuck Hirsch, and he's actually named after a famous BMW race car driver. And then we have 2 dogs. We have Kumo, who's named after Kumo tires, which are race tires. And then we have Danica, who's named after Danica Patrick. So we have 2 dogs and 2 cats. And the cats are here, but this is the dog-free zone because our one cat, Hans, hates all other animals except himself, which is why they were just fighting. Do you have any siblings? I do. I have a brother who's 9 years older than me, and a brother who's 9 years younger than me. My mom spaced us way the hell out. It was kind of weird growing up, but it was kind of cool because you kind of got to be an only kid while still having a sibling, if that makes any sense. Who was your first best friend? Probably my next door neighbor, Jared. We spent all of our childhoods growing up together, and we're still friends today. Well, Facebook friends. I don't get to see him very much because he lives in the armpit of hell. Or the armpit of California. Ooh, I just called California hell. How tall are you? I'm really technically 5'4", but my license says I'm 5'5". Funniest moment throughout school. Shit, that's hard. I got expelled from my Catholic high school halfway through my junior year, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day in a whole nother video possibly. But looking back, I think it's funny. My mom probably doesn't think it's funny because she spent a lot of money on the school, and I particularly remember her not thinking it was funny when it happened, but it happened for a funny reason, a stupid reason. That's probably the funniest thing, actually. How many countries have you visited? 3. I've visited Canada. I mean, I guess 2, Canada and Mexico. I don't visit America, I live here. What is your favorite worst subject in high school? My favorite was probably my AP English class my senior year. It was the first teacher I really like connected with, and I really like, it was the first class where I really started writing and discovered that I loved to write. It sucked. I remember our final was like a 10-page paper we had to pick a Shakespeare play and write about it. It was hard, but I loved her so much that I even TA'd for her half the year. She just really, I mean, it's crazy my senior year, but it was really the first teacher who I just respected and liked a lot. My worst subject in high school, definitely, I mean, my worst subject was math. I suck at math. I'm not looking forward to taking math college classes soon. But the one I liked the least, even worse than math, was religion, which is kind of funny because I use it in debates a lot now, because I do know a lot about the Bible, like more than I ever want to know about the Bible, because I had to take an hour-long religion class every day for 3.5 years. Like, I kicked out of my junior year. And then I didn't take it anymore because I wasn't in a Catholic high school anymore. What would you or have you name your children? I named my daughter Cassidy. There's not really a story there. I knew many women in my life who were very important and strong, and I didn't want to name her after one person and like alienate or piss off somebody else, or like make it seem like I was choosing one person over another. So I picked the name of my first baby doll and named her that. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Philip DeFranco and Linz DeFranco. I really do love Philip DeFranco for news, but I fucking love Linz DeFranco. I feel like a lot of my best friends share similar qualities as her. Her sense of humor is the same as mine and my best friends. Like if I had to spend time with one YouTuber, that's probably who it would be. I also really like Megan Tonjes. Obviously Casey Neistat is huge. And I do follow a bunch of budget YouTubers. And a lot of them are really cool. I can't think of any like right offhand. Maybe I can make another video on that some other time, but I'd say probably those four. Let me actually go to my YouTube list and see who I am currently really into. I like Exparkage for makeup. Simply Now Logical Christine is fucking hilarious, so I love her. AZ for Angela is like, I don't care about candles at all, but she makes me laugh so hard. I listen to her Angela and Judy morning show every day on my commute home from work. It cracks me up. Let's see, PewDiePie. My husband and I like to watch PewDiePie videos together because they're always pretty funny. Justine, if I had to pick one actually really favorite, I would say, actually not even Justine, I would say Jenna. Her sister Jenna is hilarious. Also, I would love to spend time with her, like, and Justine too, but Jenna mainly. She might be my favorite YouTuber actually, now that I think about it. How many girlfriends, boyfriends have you had? I'm 38 years old. I cannot go back and like count all of the boys I dated. That's like ridiculous. It makes me sound kind of slutty. That's okay though. You can think what you want about me. Favorite memory from childhood? Definitely traveling. Like I said before, I lived in Pennsylvania for 3 months, so I would leave home. How long is this? 13 minutes, I'm good. I would leave home pretty much the week I got out of school, and I would go to Pennsylvania, and I would stay in Pennsylvania with my mom's family, my aunt and uncle, and I had a cousin who was 2 years younger than me, all summer. And so I could see my mom's whole side of the family there. And from Pennsylvania, we would travel to North Carolina, we would go to Florida, we went to Maine a couple times. My grandmother actually drove us across the country several times. I was often going to visit my dad. My mom was in Bakersfield. My dad was always like in the San Diego area, so I would go to visit him. We would go on trips, so I have a lot of really good memories of growing up those summers of traveling a lot and seeing the country. And it was just really neat. And also Canada, we went to like Niagara Falls, we went to, you know, we went all over the place, and it was awesome. And they're my best memories. And I have photo books from all of it because my grandma made us a memory book every year. How would you describe your fashion sense? How do you describe t-shirts, tank tops, and jeans? I wear primarily, you can see behind me, these are all workout clothes, except for these are tank tops. These are all t-shirts right here, all of them. Okay, my camera turned off. Apparently it thought that video was long enough. We debate about iPhone versus Android constantly. He usually wins because he knows more about the topic than I do. I would say I normally win because I'm always right. Tell us one of your bad habits. I cuss a lot. My husband is always in public like, there are kids around, stop saying fuck. And sarcasm. I can be highly annoying. with the sarcasm, but probably my biggest like bad habit is cussing in inappropriate times. And I'm like, you know, my daughter is 18, going to school, working 2 jobs, living away from home, and I said fuck around her from the time she was born, and she turned out okay. So like, teach your kids that it's okay for me to say fuck, but not for them. I don't know what to tell you. Stop judging me. So that's it. That's the 25 get to know me tag questions list, which is the stupidest name ever still. I'm gonna go now because my cat's trying to eat my curtains. Till next time, bye.